Thank you very much, and it's just such a privilege to be in this group. It feels like we can solve any problem together. So I am a venture capitalist. I've lived in the Bay Area for many, many years, built my career here, and have benefited from the innovation and the policy that has made California a leader in so many ways. But 15 years ago, decided really wanted to do more than just invest in great companies, wanted to solve some pressing world problems with investment. And one of our chief goals when we started was to address climate change and reduce carbon. So this was a long time ago, and so it was hard to do. There were many skeptics, but we were lucky and fortunate to work with some of the early companies that helped to build the new technologies for reducing fossil fuel in transportation, like Tesla, several solar companies, Solar City, a company that now is called SunPower, and several others. And we were able to create quality jobs. We were able to work with teams that were changing the world, and it was quite difficult, and there were many obstacles, but it was a can't stop, won't stop approach, and now we have benefited from helping to create a new industry that is addressing the most important, the existential threat of our age. But 5 years ago, we decided that we needed to do more as a firm at DBL, and we needed to spread this benefit to other parts of the benefit of clean energy and job creation to other parts of the world. And so while our origins were very narrow and we only invested right here in the Bay Area, we did something difficult for us. We decided to invest in Africa. Going from the Bay Area to Africa was a big leap, but we felt that the costs of solar energy and energy storage were coming down, and we're strong enough to address the need for electricity in Africa, where so many don't have access to electricity. And so we invested in a company called Off-Grid Electric, which is now called Zola, and we also made a workforce investment called Andela in Nigeria. And basically, we have had the same kind of lots of progress and lots of obstacles that we try to beat down every day. Today in Tanzania, Rwanda, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ghana, there are over 1 million customers now for solar and storage, and many of them had never had electricity before. And we have 180,000 homes or small businesses. And I'm very proud to say that there is not only a financing unity of purpose, there's also a technology development, so that we're not sending tired old technology to Africa. In fact, some of the most advanced technology is going to be used in the developing world, things like self-assembling grids and new inverter technology that allows you to hook on and off from the grid with your solar system and your storage and such. And so this is not a case of leftover technology. We need to finance the most advanced technology so that the continent can really leapfrog, and that is happening. And so what we decided to do to honor the pledge nature of this summit was to work with our company Zola to really scale. And to scale, you need to go into, just as we started here at DBL in California, which is of course the largest state in our country, we thought it's important to go into the largest country in Africa, which is Nigeria, the largest economy, and set to be larger than the United States in population by 2050, and yet 45% of people there do not have access to electricity. So we pledge to bring clean energy and storage and solar and efficient appliances to Nigeria. And we're on our way with this new technology that will allow for a more modern approach. And this is important because in Nigeria, 100 million people have diesel generators that they use to supplement the grid, and that's the equivalent of about almost 30 million metric tons of carbon a year, and it's very unhealthy. The particulates create respiratory and other diseases. So it's a bad situation that can easily be turned into a positive one, there are some problems. And one of the, while we have been able to bring in a Nigeria-based private equity firm called Helios, so it isn't just a question of this California firm's financing. We're using African-based finance firms and various government agencies. There still are advantages to fossil in these areas and financing advantages, and there's also the need to use local banks to help fund the solar panels and the storage, the batteries and such that really shouldn't be financed with high-priced equity. And so this is new, and so what we would like to see is the same kind of risk-taking that brought the fossil fuel revolution to the world. Take place with clean energy and really remove some of the advantages that fossil fuel efforts have, be they subsidies or ready access to some of the local currency banks, and apply that to the new entrants to the clean energy companies. Ours is just one. There are others that would benefit from this, but while we're very excited and honored to make this pledge and to move into Nigeria, we will need the help of the international community to take the focus off of the incentives that we've had for fossil fuels and develop parallel models that will help these clean energy companies grow and allow the population to derive all the benefits of a clean energy future.